world's #1 human marketing agency where we help brands and individuals establish their digital footprint using multi-channel marketing, emotional engagement, and human-to-human business practices. I'm fashionably late, about 10 minutes behind. That's because in the life of the entrepreneur, let's just face it, that nothing ever goes as planned. Well, at least in my world, anyway. But here's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about, are you incapable or are you just flat out lazy? I want to talk about the 750,000 people who today filed for first-time jobless claims. I also want to talk about, are you lazy? Are you lacking motivation? What are you doing? And what is your why and your purpose? Or are you just coasting through life? Are you just coasting? Are you trying to just get by? Okay. I have a very, very special announcement about my podcast, the RAS Project, that I will talk about towards the end of this broadcast. And by the way, we are streaming. Holy crap. We're streaming everywhere. We are on LinkedIn Live, Facebook, personal profile, my Facebook business page, the Human Marketing Alliance, Facebook group. We are streaming on my YouTube channel, Periscope. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Twitch. Yes, which I just... Wait, hang on just a second. I had the tab open and another tab here. So pretty excited to be doing this multicast. You know, it's something fresh, something new that I've been trying out here. But let's start off and talk about the 750,000 people that filed for first-time jobless claims. So in the news today, when I open up my news, and mind you, I typically don't pay attention to the news, I noticed that over 750,000 people actually filed for first-time jobless claims in the United States. Okay, honestly, I have a hard time believing that over 750,000 people are incapable. Okay, and let's do the math. There's over 300 million people in the United States. That means that 750,000 of those, close to 1 million people, filed for jobless claims. And honestly, I call bullshit on that. I really do. You know, I call bullshit on that because I find it hard to believe that many people can't find something to make money, that they cannot find a job or they cannot create a job. Maybe there is that many people in the United States that are incapable. I honestly find that extremely hard to believe, that there's so many people out there that lack the talent, that lack the initiative, that lack the skills. So how do we solve this, right? How do we solve this? Well, we solve this by educating. This is precisely why I'm doing actually this Facebook Live, this LinkedIn Live, is because it's important to educate. Okay, we can never have enough education. Okay, education is an important part of growing. In fact, one of the things that I have learned that I want to share with you guys, this is probably one of the best lessons that I've had, I think, over the years, is just that you have to remain a lifelong learner. That is the best way to thrive and grow. And what do I mean by that? Right? What do I mean by that? Well, some of the most successful people that I have had the chance to interview, and mind you, I'm going to talk about an announcement on towards the end of this broadcast about my podcast, the RAS Project. So make sure you stay tuned, and because I'm pretty excited to share this with you guys, is the fact that I've been a lifelong learner. That is, you know, when I was younger, this is probably one of the biggest mistakes that I had made, is just that I failed to recognize the importance of being a lifelong learner. So how did I fix that? I started to self-educate. I started to learn more. I started to embrace the fact that, you know what, I am imperfect. And when I start to truly acknowledge that I am imperfect and that there's plenty of room for improvement, I recognize what is that improvement, right? So with my company Razor Sharp Digital, I realized that, okay, I need to gain more knowledge. How am I going to do that? Well, surround yourself with other like-minded people. Surround yourself with other people who have done the things that you want to accomplish, and they're going to help you accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. Okay? And so I started surrounding myself with successful entrepreneurs, other successful marketers, social media strategists, people who have done the things that I want to accomplish. And mind you, I've been doing digital marketing for 26 years, so I definitely am abreast with a lot of things. But in the reality of things is, maintaining a sense of relevance to the marketplace and demand is a very, very challenging thing to do. And I realized that, okay, I just need to become more proactive. I just need to become more solution oriented. I just need to learn more. I just need to embrace more. I need to connect more. In fact, one of the things that, I was talking about with my social media coordinator earlier this morning on a call is just that I talked about the fact that, I need to step outside of being in the business and working more on the business itself. Because for every second that I'm spending time actually implementing and doing work, which, don't get me wrong, that's all important to do because that's how you get shit done, by executing, I also need to figure out a way how to work more on the business. Okay? On the business. And meaning that, building more relationships, meeting other like-minded people, like that is where my time is best spent. And this shift really didn't happen until, I would probably say, over the last year, I would say roughly, when I understood that, okay, I can be in the business and doing the work, but then I'm occupying my time by doing the work, right? And the way you scale and grow a business is you find other people who are just as good or better at the things that you need to do. So this is why I have a social media coordinator. She's amazing. That helps me with the implementation and the execution on some of the work that we do for our clients with my company Razor Sharp Digital. And that way, that frees up my time to where I can be doing more educational things, whether it's doing these kinds of live sessions or connecting with more people, having more conversations. And as a result, it increases the potential and the opportunity of the business also. By the way, if you're just tuning in, I'm pretty excited to share with you guys today. We're talking about, are you incapable or are you just flat out lazy? We're talking about the 750,000 plus people that filed for first-time jobless claims today in the United States. Holy crap, that's a huge number. And we're talking about what is your why and your purpose? And do you have one? Or are you just coasting through life? And we are live on my Facebook profile, my Facebook business page, Ivan Temelkov, my Facebook group, the Human Marketing Alliance. We're also live on my YouTube channel. We are live on Periscope and Twitter. And we are live for the first time on Twitch. So I'm pretty excited about that. Wow, I think the term is multicasting is what they call it. So let's get back to the meat and potatoes, though, of what we're talking about here. And so, look, I don't think you're incapable. I don't think anybody's incapable. I think everyone has something unique to bring to the table. But there's a lot of people who are lazy, a lot of people who are not taking initiative, a lot of people who are unwilling to do the work. And let me tell you this, sure, it's probably difficult to find a job in these challenging times. I mean, there's been discussions about another stimulus, package coming down the pike. Honestly, whether or not that happens doesn't really concern me. Sure, I think it'll help a lot of people, but is it going to solve my problems? Probably not. Is it going to solve your problems? No. What is going to solve your problems, what solved my problems, is that I stopped thinking about cash flow. I stopped thinking about how much money am I going to make. And I started focusing on increasing my potential. And this is what you need to understand is what can you do today, right now, to increase your potential, to learn a new skill set, to meet a new individual, to make a new connection. What can you do today that's going to help you accomplish that? And I'm going to be honest with you, is a lot of people are just, standing by the phone, so to speak, and hoping the phone's going to ring. The phone's not going to ring. Everybody's got their own set of problems, that they're worried about, and you're sitting here thinking that things are just going to fall in your lap. No, it's not going to happen. It's not. You got to go out there and get it. You got to go out there and make something happen. You got to go out there and engage. You got to go out there and network. And honestly, I was actually going to do a separate live yesterday, and I'm actually going to do it because it's about whether or not your past is haunting you. And I think, a lot of people are afraid. A lot of people are afraid. I've talked about the scarcity mindset. A lot of people are caving in. They think that, 9 to 5 is the only solution for them, or a lot of people are just not applying themselves. And I seriously have a hard time believing that over 750,000 people in the United States really can't find a job, or they can't, start a business, and mind you, if you are one of those people who's considering starting a business right now in this pandemic, it's probably one of the best times to do it, believe it or not. Why? It's because think about this, is growth happens from discomfort. Opportunities are created when there's problems. There's a lot of problems to be solved right now with this pandemic. A lot of businesses are struggling. There's a lot of companies who are trying to figure out different ways how to be able to capture consumer attention. And if you're one of those that's deciding to start a company, I want to talk to you because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I'm trying to remain alive, to sustain. And let's face it, is this pandemic is not going to create the demise of everyone. And that's what a lot of people are worried about. And that's why I think, so many people are filing for unemployment is because of a scarcity mindset. And they're allowing the fear to settle in. And I'm here to tell you that fear is not going to solve your problems. What's going to solve your problems is optimism, positivity, being solution-oriented, doing the work, going out there and applying yourself. It's we're actually talking about this recently with a family member that I believe as of next year, I think in the state of Illinois, the minimum wage at McDonald's is going to be $15. So you can go work at McDonald's, right, and make some money and also get some money for college tuition also, and have a flexible schedule. Is it your ideal job? No. But if you're in desperate of making money, times of despair called for desperate solutions. And that's where I think a lot of people are just not being solution oriented. I literally have a hard time believing, again, that so many people can't find the job or they can't create a job for themselves. In fact, now is the perfect time to start your own thing, to start a business, to follow a dream, a passion. But it's absolutely up to you on whether or not you're going to do it. Literally, nobody else is going to do it for you. You're the person that has to take initiative. This is in part why these educational sessions exist. It's because to entice, to motivate, to inspire people, to get up off the couch and go do something productive, live the best life, follow their goals and dreams. And honestly, even this live that I'm doing on regular basis, on daily basis now, it is probably not going to help some people because they're still going to be dead set in the fear mindset. They're going to allow that to dictate the course of their decisions. Now, I also want to talk about your why and purpose, okay? Because I think, there's a lot of people out there that are just coasting through life and coasting through business. I know too many entrepreneurs who have started businesses simply for money reasons. They started a business because they said, well, I'm going to be my own boss and I'm going to make more money. No, it's not going to work that way. You have to have a strong why. Why are you doing what you're doing? And what's the purpose behind it? Okay. Well, my why and my purpose is my kids. My why is to help as many small businesses and entrepreneurs be able to thrive in the digital space. And I know how to do that. And I'm also maintaining a sense of relevance to the marketplace. And the purpose is to basically help people, literally. But at the end of the day, is I can only, as the saying goes, I was thinking about this recently. This saying is kind of cliche, but it goes like this: you can only lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. There's a lot of entrepreneurs out there that you can try to hold their hand, but at the end of the day, they're just not going to take your advice, and that's okay. Not everybody's going to see the value in what you have to offer. No, should you try? That was probably a mistake that I made early on in business. I thought that everybody was going to be my client. Well, I definitely had my share of failures. I will tell you that. And that's what happens. You learn and grow. You learn and you move on. You retain some relationships and others get lost. And that's okay. That is completely okay. But here's the thing. You got to have a strong why and a purpose. Okay? Because I don't think you're incapable. I don't think you're lazy. I hope not. I mean, if you're lazy to do something, then you're just your own worst enemy. And honestly, I will tell you this. One lesson that I have learned myself too is just that I am actually my own worst enemy. Each one of us, we are our own worst enemy. We're our biggest competitors. We're our number one competitors. So when trying to solve that, what I figured out is, okay, I need to ditch the old Ivan and introduce the new Ivan. And what did that look like? Well, the new Ivan, is someone who eats better, so better nutrition. In fact, now I'm on a new diet again. Someone that exercises on a regular basis, definitely been doing that, and is someone who invests in the personal development. Someone who is a connector, someone who always strives to do more than what I aspire. Always push my limits. That's the new Ivan versus the old Ivan. And the reason I'm telling you this is just that there's a lot of people right now in the US who are very stagnant. People who, are trying to reinvent themselves, but they're stuck on their old ways of doing things. And I will tell you this, if you're stuck doing the same things, you're not reinventing yourself. You're doing the same shit. Okay? The same shit. Honestly, so yesterday I was watching a video on YouTube of David Goggins. And honestly, if you don't know who David Goggins is, I encourage you to go and follow this guy. He will literally turn you into a savage in 6 minutes. I guarantee you, in 6 minutes. You want to know why? It's because, first of all, don't care about anybody. That's what Goggins teaches, actually, is just that stop caring about people. F everybody. Because at the end of the day, nobody matters but you. Literally. Sure, your family is important to you and probably your friends, but at the end of the day, are you going to abide by their expectations and live your life based on their expectations and run your business based on their expectations? I don't know about you, but no, I tried doing that and I failed. And I realized that if I'm going to live the life of friends and family, the life that they want me to live, I will never be able to create the life of my own. So I started to work towards creating my life. And when I started creating my life is when things started happening. I started connecting with other amazing people. Things started improving and growing. And I was starting to see success, not only in, my personal life, but also in my business. And I will give you a specific example. Okay, I will give you a specific example here. So when I started focusing on my own personal life, so some people may know that follow me, but a lot of people probably don't know, is that I've been a cyclist for 7 years. Literally 7 years ago in 2013, I bought a bike and decided to start cycling. Now, to this day, I still can't explain why. I literally have no explanation for that. It just happened. It was like an act of God, I believe. And here's the thing. I have not cycled for 7 years because of fitness. I have not cycled for 7 years because of endurance. I have cycled because of mindset therapy and mindset development. And this is exactly why I keep doing it. And you know what? I feel like after 7 years, I have finally progressed, because when I started out cycling, I would cycle 5 miles per week, maybe 10 miles per week, 15 miles per week, 20 miles per week on a single ride, 30, 35 miles on a single ride. And up until next week, before the weather started really getting bad here in the Midwest, I cycled twice, 2 days in a week, 34-mile sessions each. Why? Because of mindset therapy. And so that's because I continue to push myself every single time. I will not settle for average. I will not settle for mediocrity. And you shouldn't either. Because a lot of people are doing that right now, are settling for less than they deserve. And if you're doing that, you're digging your own grave. And this is why, literally, yesterday's video that I watched of David Goggins, and you can watch it on YouTube, David Goggins, who actually recently on his Goldcast video was labeled the toughest man on the planet, like physically and mentally. Okay. And I will tell you this. After watching his video, it made me realize that, you know what? I'm just not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm doing a lot, but I'm not doing enough, because you can always do more. You can always do more. When you think that you're doing enough and things are going great, is when you exactly need to be doing more. You want to know why? It's because people develop a sense of comfort. And when people develop a sense of comfort is where the dangerous zone is. When you develop a sense of comfort, you should never, ever, ever live in a state of comfort. This is a very dangerous spot to be in. Okay? A very dangerous spot. And a lot of people want to live comfortably. I will tell you this. A lot of people want to live comfortably. A lot of people, want to make money. A lot of people want to just go to work. A lot of people want to make sure that they're getting a paycheck, and it comes in steadily. I will tell you this. Here's something that I realized, and a lot of people probably never realize, because 80% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck and are working a 9-to-5 job, a dead-end job. When I used to work the 9-to-5, it was great. The paycheck was coming every 2 weeks. But when I actually honed in on my entrepreneurship DNA that I've had since birth, but never knew it was always there, I just didn't tap into it. And when I tapped into it, I realized, you know what? It's far more rewarding to know you are paving your paycheck. You are literally paving a path to your own cash flow than expecting it to come in every 2 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, completely rejuvenating. That mindset right there was completely rejuvenating. And once I realized that, I started to have more self-belief in myself. I started to realize that, you know what, Ivan? You have it in you. You always had it in you. You have it in you. This is why I'm doing this live. You have it in you. You just need to stop conforming to the mediocrity of the world. You need to stop conforming to easy things. Honestly, these days I run from easy stuff, to be honest with you. Every time I see something that's too easy to attain, whatever it might be, whether it's in my personal life or in business, it scares me. And it scares me for a good reason, because I realize that how worthy is this if it's so easy to attain? And sure, there are some things that are easily attainable in life and in business. But I will tell you this, especially in business, the hardest things to attain are the ones that are the most worthwhile. This is what people don't understand. Because people in business, entrepreneurs, marketing companies, want an easy way out. They want easy things. They want easy paychecks. And that right there is something that should scare you. That should scare you. Because if it's too easy, it's a boiling pot. And it's about to boil over. And so, again, just to kind of recap, just in case you're tuning in, we are live on my Facebook personal profile, on my Facebook business page, Ivan Temokov, the Human Marketing Alliance Facebook group. I'll throw up a link in here if you'd like to join as well. You can find out other information about family, tech, marketing, personal development, my podcast, the RAS Project. We're also live on my YouTube channel, Periscope, and for the first time ever, we are live on Twitch also. And we are talking about the 750,000 people that filed for first-time jobless claims today in the United States. Whether or not you're incapable or you're just flat out lazy, and what is your why? What is your purpose? And is there a sense behind what you're doing? Why are you doing it? And who are you doing it for? And what are you looking to solve? And I think a lot of people just have it wrong. I think a lot of people, just need to redefine themselves. They need to rediscover themselves. I know I had to. If you go on my LinkedIn profile or on my website, ivantemokov.com, you can watch my TV interview that I did with Park City TV earlier this year in April. Mind you, this is when the COVID-19 pandemic was really starting to roll. And I spilled the beans on the fact that I've risked everything and I've sacrificed financial and relationships for my goals and dreams, because I am so in tune and so focused on the things that I'm doing and why I'm doing them, and the fact that I see that this will come to fruition. But a lot of people are not doing that. And I realize that without risk, without sacrifice, there's no winning in anything. Look at it this way. I'm a warrior. I was actually on the playground last week with my wife and my kids. And one of the parents that was standing by there was actually talking about the fact that they were just trying out for American Ninja Warrior. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, this person is like an amazing, mental and physical state. And, she was definitely fit, not to sound arrogant by any means or sexist. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, they're risking and sacrificing that preparation in hope to win. This is literally what it takes in life and in business. You've got to risk it all. You've got to sacrifice in order to win. You've got to have a strong why and purpose, because mediocrity will grab you with both hands and force you to dig your own grave. I've been there, ladies and gentlemen. I've been bankrupt. I've lost over 6 figures in business. I've had to move my family multiple times due to lack of cash flow and other problems. I've done all of that. And I never, ever, ever gave up. Ever. And I will never give up. And you shouldn't either. Because you deserve more. You deserve more. You're worth more. You're far more capable than what everybody else is telling you. And I'm here to tell you, because I will be your biggest fan. If you don't believe it, reach out to me. I want to have a conversation with you and prove it to you that I genuinely give a shit about your success and your fulfillment and your happiness, and finding you whoever that is. And before we wrap things up, I promised you a very, very special announcement, and I want to get into it, okay? Very special announcement. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Starting tomorrow, my podcast, The RAS Project, which now airs on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Pandora, Alexa, and Amazon, and also airs on my YouTube channel and also Facebook Watch, is actually going to be changing. So we are going from a pre-recorded format to live format. That's right. The RAS Project, which has now been running for 6 years, and I've been fortunate enough to interview some of the most amazing people in life and in business, like Elena Cardone, the wife of Grant Cardone, the hectomillionaire, Chris Brogan, Dennis Yu, and the list goes on and on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going live with the RAS Project starting tomorrow, Friday. I was about to say November, October 23rd, 2020. The RAS Project will be live in audio and video every Monday and Friday, and times are yet to be set, more specifically, and also available in audio, so you can also enjoy these episodes in audio at your own discretion on the audio app, podcast app of choice as you're running on the treadmill or whatever it is that you're doing. So that is my big announcement that I want to share with you about the RAS Project. I'm very excited about this. And there will be guests. There will be guests. There have been, again, many guests that have been on the podcast. Not as many on video. I'm looking to do more guests on video, live video. So, you'll be able to get, completely raw and unfiltered episodes of the RAS Project. And we will be multicasting also. So every Monday and Friday, the RAS Project will be multicasted on, as of right now, for sure, on LinkedIn Live, my Facebook personal profile, my Facebook business page, the Ivan Temelkov, the Human Marketing Alliance group. I will throw up a link on, also for you guys if you want to join. I definitely invite you to join. We'll be streaming on my YouTube channel. We'll be streaming on Periscope /Twitter and also on Twitch, which I just signed up for today. Very excited about that. And other platforms are to come. So pretty excited about this, ladies and gentlemen, about this shift. This is definitely a whole new direction for the podcast. I've actually got a bunch of equipment that you guys, because I'm actually sitting at my desk right now that I'm actually looking to utilize. And I'm very, very excited about that too. But that is the big special announcement that I want to share with you guys. Looking to finish 2020 with a bang. And I hope that you will do the same. I hope that for the next 2 months, you will do everything in your power. Everything in your power. I mean, everything. And I urge you to do that because that's what it takes. That's what it took for me. That's what it took for me to get to 6 figures of income. And that's what it's going to take for you to be relentless, resilient in your pursuit to become the greatest person that you can be. The best version of yourself. You can be that. But you will need to ditch the old you and find the new you. That is really the key message I want to share with you. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone that's been watching, everybody that's going to watch in the replay, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it for tuning in. Pretty excited to be doing the first episode of the RAS Project in live video tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. Announcements are going to be put up on all my socials. You can find me everywhere on every social platform on this planet Earth that you probably already use. And ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for your time and attention. I really, really appreciate it. Have a blessed rest of your Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye.